This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Now, there's a couple of good points within this video that I need to be making. Now, Anthony Joshua, of course, I've already done a video on who it is that Anthony Joshua's been sparring, so just a very, very quick recap. The likes of Derek Chisora, which is fantastic sparring, by the way, plus Timothy Martin, you got Andrew Tabiti, of course he's a cruiserweight, so that'll be there for speed. You got Tom Little, and quite a few others. Now, one of them, Timothy Martin, he has revealed that Anthony Joshua has not only stepped up his sparring, as in the intensity of it, again, I did a video on this one a little while ago as well, but from first-hand experience of being in the ring with Joshua for sparring for this particular camp and watching Joshua sparring other fighters as well. And some of the things that's been going on in that gym is music to my ears, and I'm sure it will be for a lot of you guys as well, as in the sense of we have heard in the past that Joshua, he tends to do a lot of technical sparring, which is good, but ultimately if you get into trouble on fight night and you haven't been replicating, potentially getting in trouble in the camp, it's going to be new, and how do you cope with it on fight night? And maybe that's one of the reasons why Joshua just couldn't really recover against Andy Ruiz Jr., outside of the fact, of course, he got caught with a very good shot. Either way, Timothy Martin has said this about Anthony Joshua and the sparring camp within the sheer intensity of it now. So this is what Martin had to say. There have been guys here, I don't want to name any names, but I've seen guys come into camp and get blown away and get sent home that same week. He dropped a few of his sparring partners and he's rocked a lot. Joshua is by far the hardest hitter I've been in the ring with. There's always a point in every Andy Ruiz fight where he reverts to that Mexican background and he's ready to bang. We saw that with Anthony Joshua in the first fight. When Joshua floored him, Ruiz was hurt and got up and the Mexican style came out. Joshua has been sparring a Mexican heavyweight, Elvis Garcia, who is exactly the same. One time Garcia was hit with a big shot by Joshua in sparring, and we all thought, wow, he's out. But then he came back firing at him. So that is Martin's statement on it. Now, he does go on to some other bits as well about how Joshua, he's learned to keep his composure, he's moving his head, keeping his guard high, all that kind of thing. So that's all great news, and I'll put the article for this in the description box. Now, one of the points that he mentioned here was a Mexican sparring partner called Elvis Garcia. Okay, so quite clearly, going by what Martin is saying here, he hurt and dropped Garcia. And as I said there, a lot of people thought, oh God, he's done now. But Garcia got up and reverted to that Mexican style. Mexican style is never say die. If you want to beat me, you're going to have to either outbox me or you're going to have to put me and nail me to that canvas. That's Mexican style, okay? So Elvis Garcia got up and was putting it on Joshua, which is fantastic. That's what I really, really want to hear. Now, what's also good about this one as well is the fact, not just because he's dropping his sparring partners, but which is good in itself, because obviously, quite clearly, he's taking the sparring very, very seriously and he's letting his hands go, which he's going to have to do against Andy Ruiz Jr., in addition to boxing smart. So when he's got opponents who's coming at him and just won't leave him alone, that's fantastic. That's called battle hardening. And we want that. So I'm very, very pleased with the fact that Joshua, of course, he's not sparring now. Obviously, he's in fight week, or at least he shouldn't be. But the kind of intensity for the sparring, this is exactly what it is that Joshua needs. He needs these kind of guys. Now, some of them, would they ever beat Joshua on fight night? No, probably not. But ultimately, the thing is that when you've got big gloves on, as in 16-ounce gloves, you've got headgear on, you get a bit more brave and you're going to let your hands go regardless of what's coming at you. Which is great news, because that means that Anthony Joshua's sparring partners are going to keep on coming at him. But Joshua's been hurting them so badly that they've been hitting the deck and then having to be sent home. So Andy Ruiz Jr., he's going to have to be on his A game. He really is. And if Joshua can do on fight night what it is that apparently he's doing in sparring, Andy Ruiz Jr. could be in a whole world of trouble. But again, this goes back to the point, that Mexican style, that Mexican heart, that for a lot of these guys, when they get hit, they get hurt. They don't just cover up. They don't just get into a shell and think about quitting. They go at you. They'll keep on coming at you. And that's exactly what it is that Anthony Joshua needs. So if he does end up hurting Andy Ruiz Jr. again and ultimately dropping him, keep his cool and know whether or not he's cooked, or whether he is or whether he isn't. Be patient, stay focused. That's what Anthony Joshua needs. So this is music to my ears, a lot of the things that's going on with the sparring, or has been going on in the sparring with Anthony Joshua up in Sheffield. Drop your thoughts below about it, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.